So, David, Mark Carney's agenda, in part, rests on this idea that he has a prescription to Donald Trump's tariffs and harsh rhetoric, and that is to diversify away from relying on the U.S. Tell us a little bit about what his economic plan is here.
Yeah, so it's a huge fiscal plan, and something that he acknowledged and nodded to over the course of this campaign is how big the housing crisis is in this country. He's characterized as kind of a generational issue here in Canada. So a lot of the spending he'd like to see put through has to do with building more homes in this country, training more people to build those homes. We'll see if that happens. Again, he's a minority-led government right now, so we'll have to work with other parties to make that happen. But you look at sort of where he's traveled since he's become prime minister. It's just been a few weeks, and very quickly he made trips to Europe. He made trips to the United Kingdom. He's trying to fortify, solidify relationships with other allies besides the United States as Canada begins to sort of change from that very strong bilateral relationship, which of course has obviously been threatened here by President Trump, to one with these other countries. And then he's focusing inward as well. He's trying to boost kind of inter-provincial trade so that provinces here can trade more with one another. His hope is that with all of that, the Canada will be able to sort of fortify itself more and weather this storm. But I should say, in his comments last night, in that speech that he gave after this race was called, he spoke very sincerely about the pain that's likely to come for Canadians here. Obviously, this is an economy that has been in dire straits for some time. There's talk of a recession. There's been talk of slow growth and inflation. Now we have these tariffs, this trade war compounding all of that. So he's really being frank with the population here that this is going to be a big issue going forward.
Right. He's not over-promising, in other words. Well, of course, some in the market are disappointed that it was a fairly narrow victory for the ruling Liberal Party. How divisive are the politics in Canada right now? Is it comparable to the U.S., or is this something that Mark Carney can, reach to the other side and kind of bridge the gaps that might exist?
It's funny, when you look at the results last night, it looks as though this is a two-party country, which of course it isn't. There are so many political parties. But if you look at the kind of smaller parties here, the NDP, for instance, and the bloc out of Quebec, they didn't get a ton of votes, but they're going to be crucially important here as Mark Carney tries to assemble a majority on all of this legislation. You're right. You kind of looked at the economy. You could look at the way the foreign currency market was moving last night. There was that disappointment that he didn't have this outright majority. We'll see if he can kind of play politician and cobble that together going forward here, Scarlett.